guys. Today I have something on my heart that I just can't get off of it. I had the privilege of saying goodbye to someone who is in my family, a family member who is going to pass away soon. And it was so emotional today. I've never done that before. I had the opportunity to say goodbye before someone is actually gone. And it was a blessing in disguise, because it was so emotional, but it was so rewarding, because who doesn't want to tell somebody how much they love them or what they've meant to them while they have the chance to do it, and not when it's too late. So I got to do that today, and it just got me really thinking about, just life in general, not to be too mushy or whatever woo-woo on you, but it really made you think that our life is so precious, and what are some things that are holding us back, or what are some things that we've been doing for years that are just definitely not what we should be doing, and stealing our joy and all of those things. So I came up with some things that I wish I had told my younger self, because I'm finally doing some things that I'm seeing are changing my life. So I wish I would have said to my 20-year-old self, just some things to let go of, and some things to grab onto. So as I'm saying goodbye to this person, as I'm driving home today, I'm just really getting emotional, thinking about how I don't want, we're all gonna have regrets, right? Life is not perfect, but I really want to take the last third of my life, whatever it's going to be, and to really say goodbye to some things that are holding me back. So here are 8 things that I actually came up with. Hi, Kristen. That actually came up with that I wish I had told my 20-year-old self, my 25-year-old self, my 30-year-old self. But number 1 is to really just hi, Andy. Bring in the borders of my life. Now, I just did a live video on this the other day, and what I mean by that is to really put some parameters around what I will say yes to, what I will say no to. I don't want people or situations to bulldoze over my borders anymore. So I would really put borders around my sacred things that you can't touch. No, I'm not going to say yes to that a lot sooner. Number two, hi Nicole. Number 2 would be to learn to walk as my friend instead of as my critic. I spent years and years and years of being a critic, and I still do if I'm not careful, but we often are so quick to criticize ourselves instead of so quick to grab our hand, if you will, and say, you're my friend, don't forget you're my friend. So I would have a long time ago become my friend or my companion instead of my critic, not comparing myself, not wishing I would have done something better, and so on. Number 3 is to really start to do some introspection years earlier, and make peace with some wounds or some brokenness that I've had. Nothing major, we all have brokenness and wounds, but I wish I would have made peace with it a lot sooner, instead of living in with rear view mirror thinking. I could do videos on every one of these subjects, but these are something that I just came up with today. So making peace, if I would have told my 20-year-old self, is no more rear view mirror thinking. Make peace with your today. Make peace with your wounds and get over it. Not forget about them, but heal. Number 4 is to realize that it's not my job to keep people happy. And happy is a weird word anyway. Happy is fleeting. Happy is temporary. Joy is forever. But it's not my job to make people happy. That's your deal. I'm not here to make everybody happy, right? Because when I do, then I quit being Lynn. I quit being the real me. And number 5 is very, very close to that. And it's just that I would have told my 20-year-old self that, listen, sometimes finding your voice is way, way, way better than keeping the peace. Because again, when you're always being a peacekeeper and not having a voice, you lose who you are. You have a voice. You have an opinion. You can speak it. Number 6 is I would resign myself as a ruler of my world. I am not in charge of my world. And when I think I am, then that makes me anxious. I don't run my universe. There's somebody else that does. So when I can let it go and know that I'm not in charge of the universe, I'm not in charge of people, then I can be grateful. The fact of the matter is you can't be anxious, because you are anxious when you think you control your world. You can't be anxious and you can't be grateful at the same time. I mean, you can think you are, but they don't go together in your heart. Anxiousness and gratitude just don't mesh. And when I'm ruling my world, then I'm anxious. So I hope that makes sense. I could do a video on every single one of these subjects. Number seven is, if I would have told my 20-year-old self to listen, the sun has set on yesterday. You can't get it back, but you can live for today. So stop thinking rearview mirror thinking, or stop dwelling in the past. Stop trying to change what you can't change. It's done. The sun is set. Today is a new day. I think there's a song about that. And then last one is to just, I've always been a generous person, but I think I'd be even more generous than I was 20 years ago. There's a saying, I just recently heard it and I love it. And it just says, you get fuller by feeding others. When I give to others, it fills me up inside. So I think I'd be more generous. We can't take anything, and I'm working on that. I am a work in progress, thank goodness, we all are. But I'm working on that. We can't take anything in our pockets that is worth lasting value when we pass away, right? We can put it in our pockets, in the casket, I guess, but it ain't, you can't redeem it. So I'd be much more generous than I was a long time ago. So there you go. I'd bring the borders in of my life. I'd learn to be my friend instead of my critic. I'd make peace with my wounds and brokenness. I would not try to make people happy. I'd find my voice. I'd give up any claims to ruling my world, because I'm not the ruler of my world. And then I would not live in rearview mirror thinking. The sun is set on yesterday, it's done and over. And then the last one is I'd be generous. So if you got any value out of any of these points, or if you can relate to them, please leave a comment below. I love to read people's comments and then message them and things like that. So appreciate you watching that. If you got any value, pass it on to someone that you think might need to hear it. If you don't, that's okay with me too. Listen, I have, I don't normally end my videos like this, but I really, I'm pretty excited. I have I'm able to send anybody that's interested, if they want to have some MP3 audio messages from me, to your inbox for you to listen to affirmations for 7 days. I have a 7 days of affirmation collection that I have out right now, and it's free. It is free, no strings attached, but I love affirming people, and that's why I love coaching so much. So if you're interested in that, I'll go ahead and I'll put the link in the comments below. If you think somebody in your world would love that, like I said, it's free and it comes right to your inbox every day, and you can just listen to them, and it's my voice, and you might think, I don't want to listen to her voice. I can't help it. But anyway, I'll put that in the comment section. So thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.